everyone! So today I'm doing a video that's a little bit out of my comfort zone and I'm kind of nervous about it, but I think it could be really exciting. So yesterday I posted a video that was my spring, so use up 7 products before March 20th, and I was really excited about that. And this video, it's kind of along the same lines, but it's a longer time scale, so I'm calling it 15 and 15, which I've seen someone else do it, and it was about their lipsticks. It was Dalen314, who I feel like I talk about all the time. I'm not sponsored by her. I'm not like her publicist, like sneakily. But I just really like her videos. And she did it about finishing up 15 lip products. And mine's just finishing up 15 makeup products in general. In 2015, I've been using them a lot. And I'm kind of to the point, I made a video about this a long time ago, about when you force yourself to use stuff up, you kind of feel limited, and I kind of felt like that this morning, so I think I'm just putting too much pressure on myself because it's only January, and I just need to kind of like take a step back and like don't force myself to use all these, but I do really want to finish them up, and I'll give you reasonings why as I go along. So let's start off with eyes. So first and foremost, I have 3 shadows or kind of things. The first one is this Almay, and I'm kind of confused about this. So, at Target, they sell these. These are the Shadow Softies, or at least they're packaged the exact same way, and it doesn't say anything different. And they have the same color names and everything. So, this is a Shadow Softie by Almay, but it's not a powder. I hope y'all can see this. It's like a gel, and like you can smush it. Like, are y'all getting that? Like, you can move it all around. It's like a gel, and it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So y'all see I'm like digging into it, and that's what we get. And then you go to swatch it. Like that's probably one of the best swatches I've ever had for this thing. And so what I've been doing is I've been like digging my finger in and then putting it on the outer corner, but it's just kind of terrible, to be totally honest with y'all. I got a duo, so I have another one, but I would like to at least finish up one this year. And as you can see, I haven't hit pan or anything. I've only used it a couple of times. So I'm hoping to get rid of that. This is something I've just had for so long. Like, I don't even know how long. Like, again, way before I started doing YouTube or anything. And it's by Ulta. It's like Ulta brand. It's their baked eyeshadow. This is the shade. It's like a duo in the shade Sweet Dreams. So we have like a pinkier side and then like a brownie side. This is so dusty. I'm sorry. I usually like to clean my stuff before I show y'all because I like to have clean products, but oh well. So this side is like this brownie pretty color. It's got blue marbled into it, but it's kind of hard to see the blue. But it's really pretty. And then this one's kind of powdery, but it's a light pink shade. Like a pinky purple and then like almost a taupey brown gold color. These are pretty powdery. See, it's hard to see, and they're not super pigmented. But, again, I've had this for so long. Obviously, I haven't hit pan on it, and it is a domed product, and it's still got a lot of the dome left. So this is pretty full. But I don't ever grab for it. I don't really enjoy it, so I would just like to use it up, get it out of my collection. And last, I actually do like this. This I got in Birchbox, and it's one of the Coastal Scents Revealed. Like, it's a quad, so it's like a sampling to see if you like the quality of it. And this shadow, this is Revealed too, excuse me. And this is called the Sunset Palette Sampler. I guess they have different kinds. And so it's just a really neutral. You have a really pretty kind of powdery gold, a coppery shade, a bronzy shade, and then a matte deep brown. So as you can see, these 2 lighter ones, those 2 are a little bit powdery, but they're really beautiful and pigmented and nice. Like, look at those. Like, those are pretty great quality. I am thinking about getting the Revealed palette or Revealed 2 because they're not that expensive. And I would like to get them, I think. But I would like to use that up first. And just because of the packaging and things, it's not something I want to grab for. But I do like that one. And, again, as I kind of told y'all yesterday, but just in case you missed that video, it'll be linked down below. But just in case you did miss it, I am moving in the early May, so This is kind of like a teeny tiny little sampler. I think I could finish it by then, but I don't know, because again, I've definitely like not reevaluated, but like I used to hate these because I felt like people were forcing themselves to use stuff and not enjoying the whole collection, and I kind of felt like that this morning. So I definitely am like not gonna force myself to only use these, but I do want them to be used up, and I feel like a whole year is plenty of time to use these things up. So that's all for, no, I have 2 more eye products, sorry. That's all for eyeshadow. Next I have this. Now Ardency is becoming like a really big brand right now. Apparently they have the most amazing eyeshadows, and they have monster eye pencils, and they have like a bunch of stuff. But this is their, everything I've heard about them has been their eye products. I've never tried them, except for this. This is the Ardency Punker World's Baddest Eyeliner. And I do not enjoy this. This is what I'm using today as my eyeliner. But if you can see that, this is like a giant Sharpie. It's got a really thick, small handle, like short, and it's just such a thick little nib. And it's not, and I've had it for a while, but it's really not that pigmented. And if you can see it, it kind of skips to where you have to go over it quite a few times. And it just kind of flakes off. It doesn't have the best staying power. I just really don't enjoy this, and I don't reach for it over my other ones. So I'm putting it into this video to make myself finish it up by the end of the year and just get rid of it. But if you are, you know, experimenting, with the Ardency brand, and you think that you really want to try some stuff, I've heard great things about a lot of their products, but I do not recommend that eyeliner. And the other thing is from Ofra, or Ofra, O-F-R-A. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that. And it is their eyebrow pencil in the shade Universal. This was from an Ipsy bag. Now you can do it really light, or you can kind of deepen it up. So I can see how it is definitely a universal shade. It's very waxy and hard to deal with. And it's just kind of like a pain, to be totally and completely honest. Like, it doesn't look natural. It can kind of make your eyebrows feel sticky. I have like 3 cap, like if you put the cap end to end, I have like 3 of those left. It's also really hard to sharpen. As you can see just from that swatch, I broke off that chunk, and then you sharpen it, and I usually have to sharpen like 2 or 3 times so I don't break the point off. So I don't think this is going to last me that long. It's just making myself use it because I really don't enjoy it. Also, I just don't fill in my eyebrows every day. I know that you're supposed to, and a lot of people like don't leave the house without their eyebrows filled in, but it's not really a priority for me. So that's that. Next, let's go on to base products. So I have this, and I did mark it, and for all the 7 by Spring products, these are different. And if they do like 7 by Summer or 5 by Fall or whatever, I won't include any of these products in it. They'll be a separate entity. So my 7 by Spring will be linked down below. But I've been marking where I am right now. So when I give you updates, you're not like, I don't remember. Like, that's how I always feel. Like, I see people do updates, I'm like, I don't remember where you were on that foundation 6 months ago. So there it is. I'm probably about a third of the way done. This is the Maybelline Fit Me in 125 Nude Beige. I like this. It's a little bit yellow toned for me. Smidge bit dark, as you can see there. But it blends really nicely. It just looks a little powdery and ever so slightly cakey on me sometimes. So it's not my very favorite. I have 2 favorite foundations, and that's not one of them. Plus, this is also the very first foundation I ever bought. So it's over a year old now. So I'm ready to just kind of like work through it and get it out of my collection. Alright, next is this powder. And I know that this is like a very highly hyped product. A lot of people's favorite powder, especially drugstore, sometimes even, you know, anyway. And it's the Rimmel Stay Matte. Mine's in the shade 005 Silky Beige. First of all, the packaging's terrible. It barely stays on. And as you can see, mine's really rubbed off. And mine sits in a drawer with like face up, and I've never traveled with it or anything, and it's already rubbed off. So the packaging's crap. And this just makes me look powdery. Now, I do have dry skin. Stay Matte is probably not like really geared for me. It's a nice, you know, pretty nice covering. but it just gives me this powdery look over my face, and I don't enjoy that. I don't necessarily need like super glowy skin. I do love me some highlighter, as you can see, but I don't want to look powdery and cakey and gross, and no matter what foundation I use, this powder always makes me look like that. So I am so ready for this to be gone, and as you can see, I haven't hit pan, but there is a nice dent in that, and the whole embossing is pretty much worn off. So hopefully we can get finished with that this year. And next is this, and I've had this for such a long time. This I've had probably as long as this duo. I've had it since way before my channel started. And it's this Smashbox High Definition Concealer. I have no idea what color this is in. And I thought I was almost out of it. But then you can, this is a transparent tube, I didn't realize that. But when you bend it, you can see like the other side or whatever. And I guess I still have a bunch left. It's like, it's kind of hard to tell, but I think I'm about to right there. You know, like when I squeeze it and stuff, I can get to right there. So I still have a lot of this. And it's just not great. It's, doesn't glide over my dry skin. I really prefer a hydrating concealer, and this isn't it. I don't mind the application of it. It's got this weird, like, plastic nib. And then, let me give you a little swatch. It is pretty yellow toned, and I don't consider myself yellow toned, but I don't know, maybe I am. Who knows? So there it is. And it blends really nicely, as you can see. It's not a bad concealer, it's just not, and it's got pretty good coverage. It's just not as hydrating as I like with my dry skin, so I'm ready to get finished with that. Alright, now for the cheeks. If you've been keeping up with my empties, which will be linked down below, and my products I've hit pan on, then you know I've been working on this guy forever. This is this NYC Sunny Bronzer. And I have hit pan on this guy. And it looks like I never use it, and I use it all the time. And I don't like it. It's such a warm tone, straight up orangey bronzer. I actually bought this because I was being snooky for Halloween one year. Like my senior year of high school. And you can see it's just orange. It just is. And I know so many people, it's powdery too, really like it, but I hate the way it looks on me, and I really don't enjoy it. But as I did mention, I'm not doing declutters, because so many people declutter and then they go and do hauls, and they might not necessarily buy the same thing, but they're buying a bunch of stuff. And I feel like if I force myself to go through these products, that it's gonna like make me less likely to go buy a bunch of more stuff. You know, does that make sense? That's at least how my mindset's working. So I'm going to get through this, and I'm hopefully going to get through it by the end of the year, because I am sick of looking at this in my collection, and I'm so ready for it to be gone. Now, the next thing I actually do like a lot is just a little old, and, you know, I was just looking for, this was like one of the last things I added to my 15 by 15. I have had it for a while, but in all honesty, like I didn't think I liked it that much, and now I've been using it the past few days, and I really think, you know, when I use this up, I'll probably repurchase it. It's really pretty. It is the e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzer in the shade St. Lucia. Now, you look at my face and you look at this contour and you say, Becky, there is no way on God's green earth that you can wear that. But it's so cool toned. And it is the contour I have today, and I just really like the way it looks. It swatches to look pretty red and, you know, orange. But I don't know. I apply it with my e.l.f. small stipple brush, and I just stipple it on, you know, right here in the hollows of my cheeks. And I really enjoy it. So that is definitely something that I like. And then this blush is pretty good. It is slightly patchy. It's kind of an orangey, a corally pink with a little bit of shimmer. It's pretty nicely pigmented, but you can see how it's just slightly patchy. But I do like this. I also can almost see like the ridges that I think are in the pan. I hope that's my camera's picking that up. So it's definitely not like the worst product. I don't hate it. I might repurchase it, but I'm just ready to kind of use it up to, you know, start going through some of my stuff. Because I very, very rarely go through makeup products, and I have so much, so I need to use it. Alright, so next, the last 5 things are lip products. This I've had for forever. The Too Faced Lip Insurance Smoothing Anti-Feathering Lip Primer. Now, I haven't used this in so long, but I feel like it did kind of make my lips feel dry. This is a travel size, but it's just not something I ever reach for. So I need to start reaching for it to use it up. That's pretty much what this is. Maybe I'll fall in love with it. Maybe I'll continue to not really like it and not think it's worth the money. But I want to, you know, start using it and really get through that product and use it up and get it out of my collection and see if it's really worth it, because I feel like I haven't given it a fair shot. Now I have 4 lip products that are colored. Excuse me. I only like one of them. The one I like is what I'm actually wearing today, but it's kind of come off a bit. And it's the Sonia Kashuk, what is this called? Moisture Luxe Tinted Lip Balm in the shade 42 Hint of Pink. I have this much left, so it's pretty much right to the very top of the S in Sonia. And I have used a pretty good bit of it. The reason why this is in here is because I like it, and let me reapply it. It's got some good pigmentation and it feels really soft. However, I do think once it's been on my lips for a little while that it does kind of dry it out. And I also feel like I have the Maybelline Color Whisper in the shade Cherry on top, and it gives a similar effect, but it's more pigmented, and I like that one better. So I usually grab for that one if I'm, you know, wanting a hot pink lip or something that's like a tinted lip balm, you know, something along these lines. So I would really like to use it up because it was kind of, it wasn't expensive, but it was more expensive for the drugstore, and I just want to get it, use it up, and, you know, so I can really focus on the other ones. And again, I've got that much left, and I have put a good dent in it, I feel like, for the, I've had it for like a year. Alright, this I picked up, and I wasn't really paying attention, and it's the Revlon Just Bitten, and everyone talks about the balm stains and how they were really liking it, especially like a year and a half ago, before they came out with the matte balms and lacquer balms. So right when I started YouTube, they were talking about it. Well, I grabbed the Lip Stain Plus Balm, which is not the same thing as the balm stain. So on this side, you're supposed to have a balm. As you can see, the packaging just breaks off, and you can't even get to where the balm was. I had it, the first time I used it, I went to like open the balm, and it just broke off in half and fell on the ground, so I wasn't going to use that. And then also, it's literally like a marker. Like, you know when you pull apart a marker and it's got that weird spongy thing? I don't even know what that is, but whatever it is. And you look, this is the color. It's like you're putting a marker Sharpie on your lips. And it's really watery in consistency and patchy and just not that great. And it's one of those that when, as you go over it, like when you go over to try to build up pigmentation, it kind of takes some off as you're doing it. It's a weird, it's in the shade Midnight, but it's really like a brownie mauve-y, like it wants to be burgundy, but it's just too much brown. So I don't love that, and I'm ready to get that out of my collection. Because, like, who wants to be, like, sharpening their lips? Not me. Alright, next is the Lorac, Rockin' Hot Red Hot Lip Gloss. I got a set of 8 of these on sale after Christmas last year, so 2013. And I just don't reach for them. They smell really nice. They're pretty sticky, and they're not, like, that looks like it's pretty well pigmented, but then you know, you kind of, that's how you actually wear it. And it's just not super pigmented. It does give you a nice, like, purple tint. This is in the shade Rock, but it's not my favorite lip gloss formulation by any means. So, I have 8 of these, like I said, and I really want to get through it. This one I had used before, but you can't even tell. So I just marked it at, like, the very top because it doesn't look like I've used it. And it is a mini, so I think I can get through it, and I love purple lips, so, or if I have, like, something that's a little too nude or a little too something, you know, I can throw this on top of it and make it a little purpley, because, again, I do love purple lips. Alright, and last but not least is kind of the reason why I don't buy backups. This is a Bare Minerals. It's not a Marvelous Moxie gloss. I'm not even sure if they still make this gloss formulation. It's just a plain old gloss in the shade Cupcake. I got this little sample from Ulta for free, and then I bought the full size. Now, as you can see, I haven't even used what do you think? Maybe a quarter? I mean, it's right there. Like, maybe a quarter of this product. I've had it for years. I have another one back in my like stockpile, which consists of one lip gloss. And like, watch this. Did y'all see that goopy string? And it applies with a brush. And it's super highly pigmented in a nice nudie, peachy pink shade, but it's so sticky and uncomfortable. And it's not something I would ever purchase now or repurchase now, but I have a backup. So I want to get through this tiny one so I can start using the backup and just get it out of my collection. So I'm sorry this video was kind of long, but I wanted to explain why I was doing this, you know, why everything was in there, whether I liked it, whether I didn't like it, blah, 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 blah. So I hope that you found this interesting and helpful. Let me know if you're doing anything like this. I think these videos are really interesting and I really like them. Thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I will see y'all very soon. Bye!